Good morning. There it goes. Good Sunday morning again. It's 54 degrees in Florida, Southwest Florida this morning. Love it. Jeans, jacket. Thank you, Margie. Long sleeves underneath the jacket. Now, 57 degrees in Maine in April would be, woo, almost 60. Yeah, short sleeves. Yeah, it's all perspective. All of this life is perspective. And our minds, right now, there is so many people hurting. And it all has to do with relationships. And it's all due to taking shit personally, thinking whatever's happening is about you. What if that little me who's fighting life was the only one that's causing all the pain and suffering, and it has nothing to do with anybody else? You're literally fighting yourself. You're fighting with yourself and then projecting it on the others. And I know this is not easy to understand. You just have to be a little bit willing to go there. If you've suffered enough, I was talking with a friend last night, and no matter what I said, cannot break through the good morning, Cynthia. Good morning. So good to see you here. Yeah, I was talking and trying, actually, two of them right now. It's actually, there's a bunch of them, but two of them are, it's the same thing. Taking it personally, what somebody else has said. If somebody else says something and it hurts, they are uncovering something that is hidden within you, that your subconscious mind, your little me, is already believing it. It's already believing it, or it wouldn't hurt when they said it. Isn't that simple? I don't know, but it just seems so simple whenever somebody says something to me and I feel the hurt, the contraction inside. Ooh, and then want to blame them. That's my temple bell. I know. That's the time to look inside instead of blaming them. 3 fingers are coming back here. What am I not seeing here? Why do I feel the need to blame somebody else, and the anger and the frustration and that's all inside you, and they've just hit it. Dr. Dye used to talk about an orange. When you squeeze an orange, what comes out? Not apple juice. Orange juice comes out of an orange when you squeeze it. When somebody squeezes you or says something and you react to it, it's like anger was already in there. If you're coming out with anger and blame, it's already in you, but it's innocent. You've been blamed your whole life since you were little. Spilled the milk. Why did you do that? Yeah. You know, Turn the light off. Shut the door. Oh my God, my parents. Stop your traveling was my dad's favorite thing if we went in and out of the house, the trailer. Stop your traveling. It's just, this mind is constantly bitching. It's constantly bitching about something. Yesterday, I went to my girlfriend's house. And good morning, Rita. Oh, hi, Margie. Good morning, you guys. Thank you for being here. And for entertaining this. Anyway, so I went to my friend's house yesterday. What was the point? Okay. So there's this park called JC Park, which is beautiful right next to her place. It is a gorgeous place. And the powers that be wanted to upgrade it. Upgrade a park? It was beautiful old trees, shade trees. It's right along the river. Had they used to have a Saturday morning, Sunday morning. They sold their people's crafts and stuff, and people were there all the time. There's a playground for kids. It's a beautiful park, and they wanted to upgrade. When we were driving down Beach Parkway, the trees all lining the river are gone. We're talking 50-year-old trees or more. Gone. They cut them all. Oh, there I go. Arguing with what is. But I'm so devastated that they took. You can't replace. They're upgrading a park. What? You can't replace those trees. But everybody voted no for this. The majority voted no. It didn't matter. Okay. Rant over. Anyway, what I was saying was, each person that is suffering, each one of you, if it feels like shit inside of you and you're blaming somebody else for the shitty feeling, it's not about the other person. The other person is your gift, getting you to see what's hidden subconsciously, because it's hidden. There was something that happened yesterday. I was talking. Oh, my girlfriend, one of the girls I was talking to, was saying that her daughter is being horrible to her. And I was talking about, I was just talking her through. I don't remember what I said, but she's a teenager. And then she sent me this little meme that had this girl saying, a little girl saying, "You miss the cute little girl I was," or whatever. "You're never going to see her again," or whatever. And you know what? It brought it all back to me, because Taylor, when he was in school and driving, when he started, you have to get so many hours. So he would drive to work, but I'd be in the passenger seat. And on the way back, we were on a road in Lisbon, and he said something that was really mean. I don't even remember what it was. And I literally started crying. It hit something inside of me. And he goes, "Mom, I don't know why I'm mean to you. I don't know why I do this." He literally didn't know why. But now I see he was my gift. I mean, I had completely suppressed that. I didn't even think about it until she said that little meme, because I was, talking with her about what her situation is, not even relating it. It was freaking gone until that meme came, and I went, "Oh my," it was an instant. And just like she was having a conversation with her daughter about Little Debbie honey buns. She doesn't buy that stuff. She makes it. Her mind thinks that that's shit, and you don't. She says, "I never bought that stuff for you kids." And so the daughter messaged the brother and said, "Do you remember those those things that mom used to get when we were young. And she still adamantly said, I didn't buy that stuff for you guys. I don't buy that stuff. We take a stand. Our minds lie. It hides shit from you. And she went to the store, I think, and she saw them, or something triggered her memory. And she was like, oh, I did. I did buy you guys that. I did. She remembered. And her daughter was like, And then she took it personally that her daughter was like, well, when we think we are right, and she's calling her a little shit. What? When we think we're right. Okay, so this is where I got, oh my God. We're trying to defend because we always, our minds believe we are wrong. It's always in defense of, I can do it wrong. Somebody's doing it wrong to me. It's always about being wrong. So it needs to be right. Dr. Phil used to say, are you a right fighter? Do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? Being right is so deeply ingrained in us. So deep. And when we are proven right, ooh, there comes that. I was talking to her about one time, when my dad was dying, Mom and I went for a ride. We were coming back from Portland seeing him. And we had taken a certain road. I was driving and I took a certain road to get home. And she was saying, we were coming through Freeport, Maine, and downtown. We had gone to Sam's to get her an Italian sandwich because she loved Italian sandwiches. So, and Sam's were her favorite. So when we got to LL Bean, you can take a right, which takes you the back way in to get on Pleasant Hill Road to get to Baraboo, where they live. But I had gone straight, and I was coming in Route 1. And I was just going to take Greenwood Road down to Pleasant Hill. None of this makes any sense to any of you except maybe Margie. Anyway, so she was saying, oh, well, if we go this way, we'll just have to take a left when we get off Pleasant Hill. And I'm like, oh, I didn't go that way. I said, we're on Route 1. When we get towards Greenwood Road, we'll take a right. And she goes, well, no, we'll take a left when we get off Pleasant Hill Road. And so I didn't engage at all because I didn't need to be right. Once we got up to the little bridge that takes you to Greenwood Road, she was like, oh, you were right. I'm sorry. Eventually, they just find out. We just find out. Hi, Cher. Hi, Jerry. Thank you for being here. But that need to be right, that causes so much pain in it. Just don't need to be right. They'll figure it out eventually. It just doesn't matter. But our minds make shit matter that doesn't need to matter. It really doesn't matter. We can't say that. It's programmed. It's patterns of needing to be right only because it's already believing that it's wrong. So it seems like life or death to be right. How many times do you get in a conversation and you're fighting to be right? The best thing to do is let it go. Doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter. Having to be right does not matter. And if they never find out that they were wrong, so doesn't make you wrong. But that mind needs to fight because it doesn't want to be wrong. That's the bottom. Cindy! Hi, Cindy! Thanks for being here. Most couples relationships, most close relationships, it's all about being right. And we get in these patterns. It's literally a pattern. So when one disengages, when you recognize the pattern, it's a pattern of thought. It's not who you are. when you can see a thought, I don't know, are you able to see a thought? I know Sherry has been seeing them and saying, that's not nice because it's not nice. Our thoughts are not nice to us. It's constantly beating us up for doing it wrong, saying something wrong, basically being wrong is what it is. And so that's why we have to be right. That's why it has to be right. Humility is realizing it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Imagine. So, with the cutting down of the trees, just came into my head. It doesn't matter. I'll probably take that post down because I had put up there, we didn't want this and they cut them down anyway. It's just anything that you get a charge out of, it doesn't matter. What are you doing? Hello, I do try every week. Okay, Cindy. Trying is from the mind. Who you are is the one that's noticing. Trying is let go of trying. Just watch. Just watch those thoughts. As you become aware of the thoughts, you realize that you're not them. You don't have to be right. You don't have to be anything. You just go through life without fighting through it. Anything you fight weakens you. Anything. That's why Kamala, when she was saying at the end of her speech, her concession speech, or whatever it was, we're going to fight. We're going to keep fighting. It weakens you to fight. But when you're for peace within, then you start seeing peace without. I'm seeing, okay, so our condo complex, we got, it's been neglected for many, many, many years. And Hurricane Ian 2 years ago exposed a lot of crap from years of neglect, years of people not paying to keep it up. So because of Ian, we got a settlement for $1.2 million in July. Things weren't happening until now. And people were, why aren't things, well, the permits, we were waiting for the permits. Now that the permits are here, there's a lot of work going on. Now they're bitching that it's too loud. There's this one woman who was unplugging the guy's tools that he needed to do the roof. We had to call the police because she was the fumes of something they're using is all she has to do is shut the doors because it's cold down here right now, believe it or not. It's actually now it's 57. Bitching and complaining is something this does constantly, but you don't have to go down the road with it. Yesterday, and this is what I'm telling you, that there's not a done. There's no done line as far as I can see. Yesterday, it incensed this mind to go down that road and just see the park. Well, they've got it all barricaded, but all along the river, all those old trees are gone. It was devastating. There was an instant, and so I took a video and I posted it on our Cape Coral page, and I'm getting all kinds of shit. And I'm like, you know what? I just need to delete it. Because there's people saying, yeah, you can't replace 50-year-old trees. And then there's other people saying, get over it. They're going to do something better. Okay. But I see that it's needing to be right. Do I need that turmoil inside? No, I don't need it. And each time somebody comments on it, it just brings it back. I'm going to delete it. Yeah, when you get hooked into that, fighting, it disrupts the peace that you are. And when you blame something on the outside for causing disturbance, it's never about what's going on outside. It's your thoughts and beliefs about what's going on outside. The beliefs of 50-year-old trees you can't replace. So, yep, I'm going to delete it and realize that's what is. When you fight with what is, you hurt, period. And there's other people that I'm talking to that are blaming each other for the hurt. And I really thought I could make a difference. And I can't. I cannot. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, and that's the truth. It's a choice. And the suffering has to get pretty bad for you to start looking inside and finding the love that you are, because that love is always there. Always. When there's a disturbance, it isn't about something outside. Whatever outside seems to be happening is for you to look inside and say, okay, what's going on? Why am I reacting this way? So there was a belief for me that for the me, Lori, that those trees cannot be replaced. They're going to be replaced, but they're not going to be. I'm not going to go to that park and sit in there in the summer anymore because there's not going to be any shade unless I don't miraculously grow some old. Jesus. Anyway, it was a beautiful park before. I can't even upgrade a park. See how the mind just it's gotta be right. That when you laugh at it, takes all the wind out of its sails. Just laugh at it, because you're not it. Just laugh at it. If you laugh at it, especially in the middle of if you're in a mind pattern, a pattern that you've established with another human being, usually the closest ones to you, when you laugh, Peter said something to me this week. And I admitted it and laughed. He sent a text back saying, I love you. I said, why did you say that? He goes, because I didn't know how you were going to react to that. The pattern would have been me coming back with blah, but I didn't because I laughed at it. When that's how hi, Alicia. Hello. Thank you for being here. But these patterns that we're in with our kids, with whoever's closest to us, our spouse is the biggest one. If you can, because there's both me's believe that they can do it wrong. That's what the belief is underneath that you don't even see. That's in secret. So it needs to come out as right. So they're right fighting, right? And if one lets go of it and starts laughing at the situation about the upset inside and laughs at it, that's the end. That's the beginning of the end of the fighting. Just laughing. Because it doesn't matter. Our minds make so much matter that doesn't need to matter. And it hurts. It hurts. And the thing is, we don't even realize it's hurting because we're so used to it. As soon as you wake up in the morning, because while you're sleeping, there's no one there. There's all kinds of things. Oh my God, I had a dream last night. I don't dream very often, but last night I had a dream that somebody was making me late to the airport. Now, normally I'm not in a rush to get to the airport. Peter's always, everybody else is, we've got to get there 2 hours. You don't need to get there 2 hours ahead of time. That's ridiculous. So it's always an issue but in this dream, they were making me late. I was so pissed. And I'm not normally pissed off. Normally, nothing. Like yesterday with the trees, that should have been. The minute we say should have been, should take should out of your vocabulary because nothing should have been. That's hurtful. Okay, so I was hurt. We're so used to, okay, the minute we wake up in the morning, on comes the me, the story of me from birth till now, what's done wrong to me, what I've done wrong, all that shit, all that baggage is on your back, basically, weighing you down. All of that past isn't real. It's literally living in memory. Let it go. Let it go. Each time something comes up, breathe, get out of it. Don't believe it. You have the choice whether to believe that narrative or back up and laugh at it. As you laugh at it, it dissolves it. And there's humility and love it uncovers because all those identities are holding you down, weighing you down, the boulders. It's identity of a me that's done wrong or that screwed something up. It isn't possible. It is not possible to screw anything up. No one is screwing anything up here. No one. Even if you think they are, they're not. They're playing the part exactly for you to look inside and say, because if you feel heavy, when you think of somebody, you feel heavy and, oh, whatever. You feel like they're doing it wrong or you're angry at them. This is what's going on in a bunch of people that I've been talking to. They're so angry at each other, but if they just look inside to see that the anger was already there, it's just been triggered by somebody else. And you can say thank you. You don't have to say thank you to them, but say it inside. Thank you. They are your gift. Your gift to let you know what's secretly believed inside of there that you had no idea was there. It's amazing how this whole thing works, how life works. It's just miraculous. It's just so perfect. The tapestry, the absolute, everything has to be exactly the way it is for you. Like those trees being cut down. For me to see. Those city people, they don't care about us. They're just doing what they want to do, even though all of that, does that really matter? So if I don't go to that park anymore, I don't go to that park anymore. It's not like I went there very often, but when we did, it was beautiful. Yeah, life is doing exactly what it needs to do for all of us to awaken to what we really are, which isn't that little me. Thoughts. All those thoughts are lies. And it causes disturbance within. So then we start bitching, complaining. Notice when you get in a conversation with somebody how much you complaining about this and that and this and that. Gosh. Every time I laugh, I cough, just like my dad did. And I've never smoked. It's crazy. 9:28. If I get out of the way and it gets dark, look at those trees. Oh my God. Oh. I just think about what was in those trees that they cut down. I'm sure squirrels and birds had nests in there. Oh well, they're not bitching and complaining. They're going on to the next tree. Yeah. They just adapt. Just like the coyotes out here. In our field, we have a bunch of coyotes. I don't know if you guys can see my plumeria. The pink flowers over there. I don't know if I'm showing it, but oh my God. The sunset last night was right. Oh, it was reflecting in the water, the orangey pink. Oh, sometimes I have to pinch myself that I'm here. Just seems so. I've always wanted to live here. And it's beautiful. All the time. Most of the time. Yeah, we have an occasional hurricane, but you know what? It brings everyone together. A hurricane, I've never seen outpouring of just help and oh, it it brings out the best in humanity when there's a disaster because when we're left to our own devices, it's fighting, but when we're all in something together, oh my God, it was beautiful. It was so beautiful when my sister's place was under the, had all that water in it. The we cooked for all the people that came. We made sandwiches. We had a line of stuff that people had donated, and it was just amazing when you have something to work together for. It's beautiful when humans come together. But and you notice, okay, what was that? Anyway, togetherness is the best. When we're fighting, we're basically blaming somebody else for how we're feeling, and that's never the case. We're blaming something outside of us for how we're feeling. It's an inside job. And it's not easy to go inside. It really isn't, to look at the hard beliefs you've taken, the solid beliefs. I couldn't penetrate anybody yesterday. Even though I said some things that was boom. No. That's okay. And that's what I said. It's okay if you just continue the suffering. Because no one's really suffering. Only these bodies and minds that we think we are is seemingly suffering in this dream of separation. But when we realize that we are the spirit, we are whatever animates this, that never is touched by anything happening here. We get to experience this. I don't know if any of you have ever seen the movie Soul. That's the closest to what's really going on here. That's the closest movie I've ever. Well, The Matrix is a good one too. Well, there's a lot of them, but Soul was just so cute, so well done. Yeah, turning within. It's so easy to blame somebody else, and you know what? So what? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter if you do. You keep blaming them and the uncomfortable feelings inside. But just know that there's a different way. There is a different way. Each time something like that happens and you go, show me, when you feel like shit inside, show me, show me. Ah, thank you, Jimmy. Yes, Cindy. Yeah, she's seen Soul. Thanks for being here, Jimmy. Yeah, that movie is just so cute. So well done in so many ways. Anyway, I lost it. Squirrel. That's what everybody says when they're talking to me. Squirrel. I think it seems to be over. Seems like there's nothing else coming out. It's so weird how and then all of a sudden there's nothing. I appreciate every single one of you, even the people who see this after it's over, because this is on Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Eastern time, Florida time, New York time, Maine time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for entertaining anything that comes out of this mouth. Because all I want is all of you to find the love that you are. It's just a different way to go through life. It's more fun. And there's so much more love. Even if somebody's having a hard time, you just love them. Love them through it. Love yourself through it. Love that little me, even though it's beating you up and saying you did it wrong or somebody else is doing it wrong. Just love her, him. Can you love her? Can you love that voice that's constantly beating at you? Just love it. It's cute. Think of it as cute because it doesn't know any better. It's literally patterns in the mind that weren't there when you were born, that were downloaded in, and the computer sucked it in and started believing it. None of it's true. None of it. Only love is true and real. Okay. I love you. I appreciate you for entertaining any of this because it isn't the norm. You ain't going to find support for it out there, but I'm here. Message me. I'm getting more messages lately, and I love it. Just message me. I love to help. If you're stuck in that mind ego storm, little me storm, sending love to all. Cynthia, you're the best. All right. I love you guys. Till next Sunday, which will be here before we know it. God, the weeks go by fast. Later. Mwah.